travel. This trip concentrates on Hungary, Serbia, and Bosnia, and this episode concentrates on the Keleti train station in Budapest. Arrived in Budapest feeling pretty good. The plan was to take public transportation from the airport to Budapest downtown and then walk to the Keleti train station. And turns out it was a lot further than I had expected. So I walked really fast, maybe 3.5 miles. Foolishly, I probably could have looked up the timetable to know when the train left, but I was lazy, so I didn't know. I didn't want to miss it, so I walked really fast. It was interesting to see how many homeless people actually were living underneath the roadway just in front of the station. Here's the Keleti train station in Budapest. Had to get some currency at the airport to get on the bus and the subway. And I had some left over, so you buy some sandwiches and some beer, cans of beer for the road. This is the interior of the train station. They all have a little bar. I'm transfixed by this weird little bar and go there every time to get one beer. It's a pretty good example of what train station bars look like in Central Europe. Turns out there's a line to get the international ticket, and you have to take a number, which is a super bummer. I did manage to get there, A, early enough, and B, there was the train delay so that I made it on time. Still have some more currency, get a few sandwiches to put in the backpack, stuff that'll carry well, maybe a couple more beers. And just absorb this. It's old school, as you can see. It's built in the 1800s, and I don't think it's changed a whole lot. At least not recently. Some of you may say, hey Bradley J., what's the big deal with the trains? Are you a train freak? Well, I like trains. For me, a trip abroad is as much about getting there as being there. And I like the three-legged trips, where you arrive at one destination and then take a long train ride and depart from another destination. See these departure arrival boards? To me, they mean freedom. If you have a Eurail pass, which I did not this time, but if you have a Eurail pass, you look up there at the board, particularly at the big stations, and it's freedom. You can go wherever you want. Let's see, that train is going to Florence. Oh, that one's going to Innsbruck. Here's the snack car, and coming up is the dining car. I met a man at the station waiting for the train, and I rode with him on the train. Really interesting story. He escaped from Russia with his family, and as they were fleeing, I think it was his father that told him, look, we have poison, and if we get caught by the Russians, we're going to take this poison. Imagine that. Super slow train. Find out that no one really takes this train because it takes so long. But I like trains, and in retrospect, it was worth it. And you'd think, when you get to the station, you make it, your troubles are over. Not true, because it's a whole new set of challenges. Where do I get my money? How much do I get? Do I take a cab or public transportation to the hotel? What hotel? You could, of course, avoid a lot of that stress by booking ahead and planning ahead, but then you would sacrifice freedom, and I'll go with the latter. If you enjoyed the video, why don't you consider subscribing and maybe hit the bell to get notified of future posts. Bye for now.